I welcome you once again to Percentage. The reason why this program was established is to help rate our performances in our relationship and marriage. With me in the house today is my very good friend, Pastor Gboyega Johnson. Pastor Gboyega, how are you?
I'm very fine, thank you. It's good to be here.
How is everything with you?
We thank God.
As well. Well, today we are going to be deliberating on how Pastor Gboyega was able to survive divorce. Pastor Gboyega,
Yes, sir.
how does it feel like to be single again?
It feels bittersweet. Bittersweet in the sense that you never plan for a divorce. When you got married, it wasn't even in my thinking that it could happen, and yes, that's the bitter part. Also, coupled with the fact that it was rather shocking, though before it happened, somebody from somewhere, a stranger, called and said that your wife is going to divorce you. So, on the other hand, it wasn't something that the other party did not know about. It was something that was premeditated and planned. For me, it happened, it was painful, it was sad, it was shocking. But looking on the other side of it, it was sweet because God, as it were, is giving a second chance. It's a second chance to life, is an opportunity for a new hope, to cast your mind back, look at what went wrong, and then prepare for a brighter future.
So how were you able to survive the emotional trauma?
It was traumatic, to say the least. It was very, very traumatic, to the point that it was even affecting my health. When I say affecting my health, maybe because I was thinking and got to the point where I was descending into depression. I was having hypotension, my blood pressure would just drop, and health-wise, it was challenging. But the survivor came because, one, there was hope, and I had a few people around who, encouraged me, who were sources of encouragement to say that, well, this is happened. You didn't have control over it. And the way it was happening then, all the events as it unfolded, I wasn't in control. I couldn't say that I could alter this or stop this. It was just going. To the point that, when the thing started, when that saga of, she said she's not doing again, she's going, I was like, what is this? At a point, the pastor then was like, okay, call her and beg her. And I was begging. I called and I was begging. What I was begging for, I did not know. I was just begging out of, let there even be peace. And let us even, my people will say, let's pour it down and pick it up again. Let there be peace. Let okay, if you say this person, what is exactly have I done? Because I also believe that if a divorce takes place, or where there's a separation in a marriage, the two parties have roles that they have played. That's or right. Not played.
That's right.
If somebody says, I'm no longer interested, it's probably because that person is not doing what he's supposed to do, or he's doing something wrong. So I look at it and I say to myself, this has happened. And yes, I almost went with it. I almost lost my life because of it. Yeah, but casting my mind back, looking at the marriage, there were some things in that marriage that were caustic, that could have taken my life. I mean, there were instances where the other party threatened me. There were instances where the other party, was going to stab me. And in our society, you look at it and you say, oh, the man is often regarded as the violent one. He's often seen as, because he's the man, he's masculine, he's macho. Society has this silent thing that the man is the one that is the aggressor. It's not true. I mean, I could recalling that incident where I got home and the next thing I saw was a knife.
Wow.
I mean, how do you begin to reconcile that? And I began to say yes to everything she was saying, just in order to collect the knife and come down. So the whole experience, it wasn't too pleasant. That's why I said it was bittersweet.
So how old was this marriage before the divorce?
The marriage was like approximately 12 years. Then I think we probably for about 2 years before then. 2.5 thereabouts before then. So we have a total of about almost 15 years.
Wow.
Almost 15 years. It was that long.
All right, we'll be right back after this timeout.
Hello there. Are you feeling confused? Are you feeling worried? Are you feeling stuck relationship-wise? Then guess what? Percentage is here, and this gives you an opportunity to rate your relationship. This gives you an opportunity to unburden and to get those questions that have been plaguing your mind answered. All you need to do is like our page. All you need to do is follow us and get on board the percentage train now, as you get those questions and problems resolved. We look forward to having you on board the percentage train. See ya!
Yeah, I welcome you back to Percentage. Still in the house is Pastor Gboyega Johnson. Pastor Gboyega, how are you?
I'm fine, thank God.
I'm greeting you again because you are a survivor of emotional abuse.
If you want to call it that.
Right. Yeah, Pastor Gboyega, how does the congregation take this divorce issue?
Well, really and truly, the congregation there, not many of them even knew what was happening. Not many of them knew, because I happen to have been in a church or part of a church that, we purportedly were relocating from Lagos to Ibadan.
Okay.
So that period of transition was there. It was in the midst of that transition that all of this happened. So I was as good as I had handed over.
Okay.
I had handed over. So to all intent and purpose, people believe that I'm no longer in Lagos. So there wasn't really any effect on the congregation. It wasn't until much later that some people here and there, except maybe when it was mentioned, I mentioned it to them, for those who bothered to reach out to me, that this and this happened. They're like, because this person had gone disparaged me, among certain people, especially, there was a pattern of tarnishing your image with people who, were people of influence to you. My managing director there, my senior pastor there, and these are people who you'll expect that, they know better. Well, one or two of them, they understood with hindsight. So she didn't really tell people, even her family members, many of them did not know that was the step she was taking.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like that, because somebody from their family called and was like, what is happening? And I said this and this and this and this. They were like, that they didn't hear. Well, they didn't hear. It's not in my purview to tell you this is what your sister or your daughter is doing. So a lot of things, like I may have mentioned to you at some point earlier, were shrouded in a bit of secrecy. Just, you could say this person mixed with the wrong crowd, was probably receiving counsel from somewhere that wasn't so nice. Because for a stranger to tell me or call me to tell me that my wife is going to divorce me, and months down the line, it is happening.
Okay. With the experience or the traumatic experience that you went through, would you still love to consider another woman for marriage?
Most definitely. I would consider someone else for marriage, and then it was said that I was having an affair. The question was, affair with who? If I had girlfriends, or as they said, side chicks, maybe I would have picked one by now and married. But there was nobody. Either way, every way you look at it, there was nobody. But yes, I would consider remarrying.
Okay.
Of course, for the reasons of procreation.
Okay.
One would want to remarry. Someone advised her, just go and impregnate somebody. That cannot happen.
So how long has this divorce been?
Well, it's 4 years.
Now.
4 years and counting.
So you have been single or lonely for 4 years?
very, very single, very lonely, and you now see that God is your strength. You can see God work for you. You can see God cover you. You can beat your chest and say, yes, I can survive this. I can live through certain things. It's not been easy, humanly speaking, but it says with God all things are possible. You can say, I can live above certain temptations. I can live above certain occurrences. Not by power, not by might, but by His Spirit. And I can beat my chest and say, there are certain things that will just not happen. Why? Because God Himself has been one's stay, has been one's strength.
Okay, with everything that happened to you, is there a place for forgiveness for this particular lady?
Well, if somebody asked that question some time ago, and I said, she's as good as forgiving. Because one, there was nothing one could do. And I had clearly, the Lord told me, He says, wait and watch. So when God is telling you, wait and watch, it's just for you not to do anything. He had told me, I've given you victory without a fight. So you don't fight someone that has been forgiven. Yes, whatever has happened, whatever her arguments, whatever her thoughts that led to what the divorce is up to her. But as far as I'm concerned, she's as good as forgiving.
Okay, for our viewers,
yes,
probably we have one or two persons going through the same problem you're going through.
Yeah.
What would be your advice to them?
I would advise, first and foremost, there's nothing God cannot do, one. Then two, you have to have a relationship with God. If there's anything I can point to, or anyone I can point to today, that I will say, okay, because of this person or this factor, I've been able to live through and survive, I will say it's the relationship with God. Simple, it's just the relationship with God. The relationship with God brought 1-2 people into my life, directed me to a certain person, and had a certain person to help me out of that situation. So first and foremost, there has to be a clean, clear relationship with God.
All right, Pastor Gboyega, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
We are still bringing you back next week
No problem.
by the grace of God.
No problem.
Well, this is percentage. Pastor Gboyega is still going to be in the house because we have not finished yet. Of course, you know we are not done. We are not done. So he's still coming on board. You will still hear more about this divorce case. Peradventure, you are going through one or two problems out there. You don't know who to talk to. You don't know who to consult. Well, I believe that we are here because of you. And by the grace of God, I hope to hear from you through the comment section. And we want you to love our page on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook. And as you do that, it will help us spread this information to save as many lives as possible. Thank you very much. I'll see you again next week, God willing.